Fusco Satellite Network.
All right, this man, number one overall pick, of course, in 2000. Played for the Nuggets, the Knicks, the Nets, where he went to 2 NBA Finals. But of course, his biggest accomplishment, we all know, is his reputation for being one of the toughest and fiercest players in NBA history.
Yeah.
Listen to this, 105 career technical fouls.
Wow.
And more importantly and impressively, one of just 3 NBA players since 1999 to rack up 6 or more flagrant fouls in one season. Just terrific there. So let's bring him on the show. Kenyon Martin, a true legend. Welcome.
Welcome.
Those are stats I did not know, so appreciate you sharing that.
That's
Hey,
the kind
that's
of
what we
research
do.
On this
That's
show.
the type of thing we do here.
Investigative, yeah. You know, Kenyon, we don't need to tell you this. These NBA playoffs, they're a joke. You know, the refs throwing out players left and right for barely doing anything. You know, they're trying to make the game about, shooting and dribbling and rebounding. That's not what basketball's about. You know that.
Nope.
It's about crippling other players in the name of competition, intimidating them, threatening to permanently injure them, which we were so good at. Don't you think that we've lost the soul of the game?
Yeah, I would agree we've lost the soul of the game. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you in that aspect. But permanently injuring someone, probably not wouldn't take it that far. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a few nights in the hospital, right?
You gotta walk.
Maybe not permanent.
You gotta walk the line a little bit. You gotta walk the line.
Okay,
well,
fair
didn't
enough.
you knock out Karl Malone once? Didn't you? Didn't you put
with
him
the
on
elbow
the ground
to the
once?
head? Yeah.
Yeah, but no nights in the hospital though. You know what I'm saying? He went home to his wife and kids.
Well, that's disappointing. I'm sure you were
you didn't go
disappointed
hard
by
enough.
that.
Yep.
But you tried. You tried. Look,
exactly.
but when you look at the way basketball is right now, that it's so soft,
Well,
does that
it's
make you
pathetic.
want to cry because they're kind of crapping on the legacy of violence that you and so many of your friends and brethren
that you
tried
helped
to create
build
there?
Yeah, it had to be a change because I think it would be out of control right now. It was a necessary change, man. It was one of those things where if they didn't, people were going to stop tuning in, and it was affecting their bottom line. So changes must be made.
Well, was there a moment where you thought, all right, maybe this has gone a little too far. Maybe I might have just broken a few laws. Was there a moment like that for you?
No, mine was a conversation. Mine was a conversation with the late, great David Stern. I'm saying mine was a conversation, not a moment.
What happened in that conversation? Did David Stern lock you in a room and punch you? Say, hey, enough of this shit, knock it out, slap you across the face? What happened?
With words, absolutely.
Oh.
Wow, he was tough, David Stern.
What did he say to you?
Oh, yeah, no, you to cut it out. It's like his exact words, son. If you want to be a part of this league, I suggest you cut it out.
Wow.
So,
I used to have respect for David Stern. I'm losing respect for David Stern here,
So therefore, I walked the line. I walked the line without, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, after that point, there was no more in-game fights or anything like that. So, no.
Sad.
Yeah.
I understood. I got the message loud and clear.
Okay. You seem kind of like, what's the word? Kind of zen.
Yeah, very
and,
peaceful.
I gotta be honest, it's a little annoying. You're what happened to the Kenyon Martin, who was, throwing around Karl Malone, making David Robinson want to retire. What happened to that guy?
Oh, he's down deep down in there, man. I've had 8 years to suppress that guy. I retired in 2015, so I've had 8 years to suppress that guy and not. Because at home, I'm not hanging off the chandelier or I'm not threatening the dog. And, I'm cool, man. I'm not. But like I said, I react to situations. You look at the only situation. Well, the Karl Malone situation, I initiated. But it was a retaliation for some shit that had nothing to do with me.
Right. You were getting him back for knocking Isaiah Thomas to the floor,
Absolutely.
right?
It had nothing to do with Kenyon Martin whatsoever. But everything
Did
else.
Isaiah Thomas thank you for that? For bloodying Karl Malone? Send you a gift basket or something?
For killing Karl,
he did publicly. Actually, he did recently publicly on the same podcast that I told this story on. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
no, but no, it was one of them situations, man. I was wired different when I played, and to the effect of my respect went a lot longer and further than me getting kicked out of a game or me fighting in a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about respect.
I think you're missing the whole point there. I think Isaiah Thomas was trying to tell you something. He was saying, thank you for not respecting other people. But
exactly.
how zen are you? Like, let me ask you something. Let me give you a hypothetical. Kenyon Martin now goes to McDonald's. They forget to put his fries in the bag. Do you you go, oh, okay? Or do you put your hand through the drive-thru? And
might climb through the window.
Exactly.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Because they from my son, and my son didn't get his fries, then we're gonna have an issue.
Yup.
No, but
Gotta stand up for family. Yup.
Yeah, but not really. They dealing with my food, so actually I'm gonna be polite.
All right.
Fair.
They dealing with my food, so now we're not going. I don't want the fry. I don't want the basket of fries that's fell on the floor and you scoop to the side. Like, we don't want those. So
good point there. All right, you're thinking
great
but
point.
You did bring up your son. Let's talk about your son quickly. I don't want to sour the mood here, but obviously it's a tough subject for you and your family. I'm very sorry. We're all sorry about what's happened with your son, Kenyon Martin Jr. A couple years ago, very sadly, of all the teams, got drafted to the Kings. Terrible enough.
Heartbreaking.
But, then even more sadly, he gets traded to the Houston Rockets. The most pathetic organization in all of basketball. How are you helping your son through this tragic and hopeless time for him?
Hey, listen, man. It was a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise getting drafted by the Kings and then going to Houston. No, man, but just it's an unfortunate situation. But it's like I said, it's a blessing for him to be living out a dream, him making a name for himself, man, and.
Hold on just a second.
Let him know, but just let him know.
You want to say a bunch of positive.
It ain't always like that.
Yeah.
It ain't always
you're
like that.
all kumbaya, Kenyon. You're too kumbaya.
It ain't always like
You
that.
got to set an example.
There's a problem with your son.
Every situation ain't like that, man. So,
all right,
listen,
but let's face it. This is a sore subject.
Here's the issue.
You're skirting the issue. I know this is a sore subject, but you look at your son's stats. Of course, I'm talking about his number of flagrant fouls. He only has one flagrant foul in his entire 3-year career, Kenyon.
Yeah.
That's your son. As a father, do you tell him how disappointed you are in him? He's shaming the family name.
How disappointed are you?
There's one, right? There's only one, right?
Yeah.
Only one. And that was some BS. So listen, man, hey, he's failing me tremendously, man. Listen, I don't know where to begin to start, man. Like he's not holding up the end of the last name, man. So I definitely need to have a talk with him.
All right. Well, let's do that.
There you go.
Here's what I want you to do. Can you come close? Look at the camera, Kenyon, and say to Kenyon Jr. right now, say, Kenyon, I'm so disappointed in how weak you are. I want you to step up and start bashing guys in the head and play the game as it's meant to be played. Make me
some
proud.
permanent injuries.
Yeah, see, I thought we got past the permanent injury part of this conversation.
Oh,
I thought we left that in the intro.
Yep. You want to talk permanently injured?
Yeah, guess what?
Come back a little angrier next time because you're permanently off the show.
You're permanently off the show. Came out of business. You're off the show.
Go get it. Bring back the old Kenyon Martin and come back. He's welcome on the show.
You need a little less anger management. Off the show.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you?
Go get in a time machine and come back when you're 20.
Yeah.
Who wants to do some like that?
Bye.
Fusco Satellite Network.
Is he off the line?
Jay, hang up the phone.
Tony, I'm not 100% sure that was actually Kenyon Martin. Did not seem like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't know who that was.